Today, I'm going to reveal 4 home staging hacks that'll get your home sold faster than you can respond to calls. Stay tuned, it's Steve Dooley. Hey, it's Steve Dooley with First Responder Real Estate, where we provide our first responder personnel with home buying and selling tactics and strategies that'll make their next transaction go super smooth and be worry-free. I'm guessing you haven't sold a home before, or maybe it's been a while. That's why you're here looking for tips, right? Well, home staging is really important to help your home get sold fast and earn top dollar. I've worked with many buyers and sellers out there, and it really helps on either side of the transaction to know what the buyers want to see in a house. They really don't want to go see a home that looks like a hoarder lives there. You know, some of the calls you've been on where you have to walk through aisles of junk to get to the patient. The buyers really need to visualize making the home their own. And first impressions are real, so let's get the home staging done right. Which brings me to home staging tip number 1, stage where it counts. Statistics show that the rooms that give you the most bang for your buck are the living room, master bedroom, and the kitchen. So if you're cramped for time or money or resources, definitely get the staging right in those areas. Also, the most important area, if you're going to pick one area to keep clean and look presentable, is the kitchen. That is the most sought after area of the house that buyers are interested in overall. Moving on to tip number 2, which may seem very obvious, but is easier said than done, is keep your home clean. I know it can be difficult when you're working a shift and you got kids running around, you come home to a huge mess, but then there's an open house scheduled in an hour. It can be a daunting challenge keeping the home clean. I get it. Obviously, you can do it for free, but it's going to require some work on your part and probably some coordination with the husband and wife. Or you can push the easy button and hire a housekeeper for $200 or $300, which is probably money well spent. Bottom line here, the house needs to be clean and presentable prior to showing appointments or open houses, or any time the buyers are going to be over to preview. So let's move on to tip number 3, and that is remove all the clutter, which really ties into the cleaning itself, because you kind of have to remove the clutter in order to clean in the first place, right? Definitely want to get everything off the countertops, put everything into cabinets or into closets, etc. when you have the room. If you don't have room, try to box up non-necessary items and store them in the garage. Most buyers understand that people are still living in the home, and the garage is usually a storage place anyway, so most people don't really care too much about a bunch of stuff stacked in the garage. But if you want the number 1 best option as far as removing clutter, rent a storage unit. I know it'll cost you a few bucks per month, but you can actually pack up all of your stuff, have it in a storage unit, ready to move. So what's that number 1 staging tip that's going to help your home get sold super fast? The most important home staging tip I can give you today is to depersonalize your home. I mean, remove anything in the home that is related to you or your family, such as taking down all the pictures of grandma, putting away the kids' soccer trophies, and of course, removing all your framed fire and medic certs off the wall. Why is depersonalizing super important? Well, it's psychology. It is super important that the buyers are able to visualize themselves living in this home and making it their own. That's going to sway them to want to put an offer in on your property. If you have your personal stuff in there, they feel like they're living in somebody else's house, and therefore they're not going to take ownership of it to begin with. So uber important to depersonalize. Okay, so for little or no money spent, you've now discovered how you can set your home up for success and get it sold super fast for top dollar, just by following these simple home staging hacks I've given you today. So now you've learned how just using a few simple home staging hacks can get your home sold super fast. Watch the next video in this series where I reveal and dive deeper into yet another way to get your home sold for top dollar. Thanks for watching. It's Steve Dooley.